Okay, this is business 342, homework page 89, problem number 9. Morris and Senna has 50,000 shares of common stock outstanding at 28 bucks a share. It also has 3,000 shares of preferred stock outstanding at $52 a share. The firm has 8% 12-year bonds outstanding with a total face value of $800,000. Okay, so they're telling you the face value of those bonds are $800,000. So how many bonds are outstanding? Well, 800,000, because this is face value. 800,000 divided by 1,000 means you have 800 bonds outstanding. And you'll need to know that when you figure out the price of these bonds. The value of the bonds. The bonds are currently quoted at 101.2% of par. Okay, and pay interest semi-annually. There's semi-annual again. So remember, we got to figure that out, right? What is the capital structure weight of the firm's debt? Now they're not asking for when they say capital structure weight of the firm's debt, they're only asking what is the weighted percentage of the firm's debt. They're not asking for the overall cost of capital, the weighted average of cost. They're just saying what is the capital structure weight? What is the weight of the firm's debt if the tax rate is 35%? Okay, so you don't even need this part because all they're doing is asking for the weight. I kind of did too many calculations on this thing, but after I saw the answer, I realized I thought that's what they were asking for in the first place. That's what it made sense to me because it says what is the weight of the firm's debt. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to figure out the value of each one of the equities. The equity, preferred stock, and debt. So it tells you there's 50,000 shares at 28 bucks a share. So 50,000 times 28 is $1.4 million is the current value of the common stock. Preferred stock says 3,000 shares at a current price of $52 a share. So 3,000 times 52 is $156,000. That's the value of the preferred stock. I put P there for preferred. The debt, remember I told you it says the face value is $800,000. That's the face value, but you need to figure out the market value. But $800,000, and you know the total face value is $800,000. You know it's $1,000 per bond, so that means there's 800 bonds. Okay, and what you got to do is go through and figure out the current market price of each one of those bonds, but you know that's 800 of those. And so it says the bonds are currently quoted at 101.2 of par and pay semi-annual interest. It says up here they're 12-year bonds, and the firm has 8%. The firm has 8% 12-year bonds. So you go through. It's semi-annual, so 12 years left times 2 is 24. The present value, they tell you 101.2%. So you can make it 1.012 times 1,000, or however you want to do it. 100% of 1,000 would be 1,000, so this is basically 1.2% more. So that comes out to $1,012. Make it a negative for the present value, otherwise you'll get the error 5. The payments, remember these are semi-annual, so it's an 8% bond, so it pays $80 per year. Divided by 2 is 40. The future value is 1,000. This is a CPT. Compute the IY, which is the same as the RD, the cost of debt. So it's 3.92 is what your IY comes in at, but you got to multiply that times 2 because that's a semi-annual rate. So 7.84 is the RD. The IY, the RD, the same thing. So the after tax, now you don't even need that. Actually, the only thing you needed to do, I was figuring this stuff out, you don't even need to do that. You can get the after-tax rate by just multiplying this times 1 minus the tax rate, and that comes out to 5.096%, but you don't even need that, because they're not even asking for the weighted cost of debt. They're just asking for the capital structure weight of the firm's debt. Okay, so you didn't even need to do this whole step. You didn't need to calculate any of this stuff. I just did it wrong again. Okay, you know the present value is 1,012. So remember, to figure out the weight of this stuff, you need to figure out the current market price. And the last one, number 8, I think it was, we didn't do that. I guess we should have figured out the market price of each bond now that I look back at that, but it came out so close to the right answer that it worked out anyway. This one you don't have the amounts. They didn't tell you the amounts, so you got to figure out the amounts for each one of them, add them up, and then this is the weighted average. And what they're asking for is the capital structure weight of the firm's debt. So what's the debt? The debt is $809,600 to the overall value, which is V, which is adding all these together. So it's 809,600 divided by 2,306,775. So it's 0.3423 or 34.23% is the weight of the firm's debt. That's all they were asking. You didn't have to figure out any of this other stuff because they weren't asking about the cost of debt, the weighted cost of debt. They were just asking about the weight of the firm's debt. Okay, so that's problem number 9, page 89, Business 342.